What shifts supply? And I know that none of you know how to shift, but real people shift in their cars. What affects supply? Well, prices of inputs, prices of related goods produced, expected future prices, the number of businesses, and technology. Okay? Those are the things that shift supply. Yeah. And it's all about profits, right? Supply shifters are all about making a profit. So when you think about what's about to happen, say to yourself, will this make profits go up or down? If the answer is it's going to make profits go up, it's going to increase supply. If it's going to make profits go down, it's going to decrease supply. Okay? So if we look at Ford, the profits of building an SUV depend on a million things, but among them are the price of steel, the price of aluminum, the price of rubber, the price of labor, the price of robots, the price of taxes. All of those things are the costs of the inputs that go into making that SUV, right? The cost of production. So if the price of steel goes up, Ford doesn't make as much money on that SUV. It's less interested in producing it. Okay? You produce what makes the most profit. So Ford used to mostly make cars. They're basically going to stop making cars. They're going to make two models of cars. They're going to make Mustangs for show, and they're going to make little tiny, whatever they call them, as their little entry-level car. And other than that, they're going to make trucks and SUVs. Okay? Why? They make more money making trucks and SUVs. Why would I make a car that I break even on, I don't make any money on, when I could make an SUV that's highly profitable? SUVs are just pickup trucks with fancier stuff on them, right? SUVs are highly profitable items. This guy down the middle of our screen is a guy, Mr. Bell. Yeah. You think Taco Bell is named after a thing? No. It's named after a guy named Glenn Bell. So Glenn Bell starts Taco Bell, and he expands all over the Southwest United States. But he concludes that the rest of America does not want to eat tacos, and he starts and funds another fast food chain, which is Wiener Schnitzel, and he puts money into Wiener Schnitzel. As time goes on, he concludes that he can make more money selling tacos all over the country than he can selling tacos in the Southwest and wieners everywhere else. He sells off Wiener Schnitzel, and the taco empire expands. Eventually, he sells out to Pepsi and makes a lot of money. Okay, we got that? I only have so many resources, right? So if I have the same resources, I can build a restaurant. I choose to build that kind of restaurant that'll make me the most money. If I can only build certain kinds of cars or trucks, I choose to build the things that make me the most money. Related goods. Change in technology is a big deal for us in supply. Everybody's all, we lose all these jobs to China. Well, for every job we lose to China, we lose 4 or 5 to automation every year. And that's only going to get worse. Right? Self-driving cars and all that stuff. We're going to lose more and more jobs. Okay? Technology affects supply of things. All right. So just like I drew 3 demand curves, I drew 3 supply curves. And just like demand, as we move to the right, we're increasing supply. So we have S1, S2, and S3. S3 is the largest supply. S1 is the smallest supply. S2 is just right. It's a little Goldilocks thing there. All right. How do we get from A to B or B to C? How do we get from A to B or from B to C? Well, A to B means our cost of production went down. Some of our input prices went down. Something happened. Our cost of production went down. Okay, maybe they cut our taxes, but our cost of production went down. Or we decided that this particular thing was a better use of our resources. So We're making more tacos or we're making more SUVs because it's a better use of our resources. Okay? Maybe there are more people selling. Maybe there's more stores opened up. There's more people selling. We move to the right. Maybe we improve technology. We move to the right. Okay? How do we get from C to E? Well, C to E means we lowered the price. So if this is supply and demand for SUVs, we get to E. If we start at C, we get to E by lowering the price of the SUV. Doesn't change our cost of production. Doesn't change how many sellers there are. Doesn't change anything else. We just have a sale on SUVs. Having that sale on SUVs get us from C to E. A to B, B to C, changes in supply. C to E, change in quantity supplied. Okay, we're going to put these two things together and we're going to get something called equilibrium. Equilibrium is that place where the quantity supplied is equal to the quantity demanded. There is one price in these markets, one price that causes the amount that consumers want to buy to be equal to the amount that businesses want to sell. That causes the quantity demanded to be equal to the quantity supplied. And that point of equality we call equilibrium. Okay? Equilibrium. Quantity demanded is equal to quantity supplied. Looks like this. Is this beautiful? We have demand and supply on the graph at the same time. Where they cross is the only place where there's one price that correlates with one quantity demanded and supplied. Yes? So this point here in the middle, that's the equilibrium point. And we have both an equilibrium price, PE, and an equilibrium quantity, QE. Any other price is not equilibrium because the quantity demanded will not be equal to the quantity supplied. So let's look at that. What happens here if the equilibrium price, we're selling subs, let's say, and the equilibrium sub price is $7. But for some reason, I'm going to sell those subs today for $4. Well, what do we know? We know that consumers like low prices, businesses hate them. So as the price falls, consumers want to buy more. The quantity demanded rises. Businesses want to sell less. And we end up with quantity demanded out here, quantity supplied all the way down here. And that means what? That means consumers are walking into stores wanting to buy something and the store is out of it. We call that a shortage, and that's the amount of the shortage, the distance between the two curves there. Now, consumers are walking into the store. They want to buy toilet paper. There's no toilet paper. And the store goes, hey, there's never any toilet paper. What would you do if you were a smart business person and there's no toilet paper? You should raise the price. So the price is going to go up, and where is it going to go up to? It's going to go up to equilibrium. The point of this is that in a free market that works the way it's supposed to, shortages should take care of themselves. The price should rise by itself, and we should get to equilibrium. Nobody has to do anything. The government doesn't need to come into the market. If this market's working right, the buyers and sellers will negotiate the price up. Okay? The opposite of a shortage is a surplus. If I try to sell the subs for $9, consumers don't want to buy them at $9. They only want to buy that many. I want to sell a lot of subs at that many. I bought the ingredients to make a lot of subs and nobody's buying them. I have extra stuff in my store. If you're a business person and stuff is sitting around the shelves of your store that's not selling, what do? Yeah, you have a sale, you put it on sale, you lower the price. So once again, without anybody interfering in the market, the buyers and sellers will negotiate the price down to equilibrium if there's a surplus. This market is stable. It always moves toward equilibrium on its own if it's working right. Okay? Very importante. So just a little reminder, prices provide information to deal with scarcity. They help us ration or allocate our limited resources. So we have scarce resources. How do we deal with them? Prices. All right. So we're using supply and demand. Anything we do affects one curve. So there may be a set of events that affect multiple curves and move things around, and that's not what I'm talking about. Ceteris paribus. We change one thing at a time. So you're going to say, well, this happens, that moves demand, then this happens, that moves. That's fine. But each thing in and of itself is going to move one curve. And we have the wax on, wax off thing. We don't say, sometimes better not to say increase or decrease or up or down. If the curve moves to the right, it's increasing. If it moves to the left, it's decreasing. Both supply and demand. Increase by moving to the right, decrease by moving to the left. Wax on, wax off. Right is an increase, left is a decrease. All right, the taco market. Again, not that I do food all the time. Here's the market for tacos, supply and demand for tacos. What happens if beef prices rise? Well, who buys the beef? You don't have to buy your own ground beef and take it to Taco Bell with you. They have it there. Yes, they bought it. So they're the ones that care about the price of the beef. If beef prices go up, that means I've got less profit from making a taco because I had to spend money on beef. I had to spend more money on the beef if there's beef in Taco Bell tacos. So what's going to happen? Well, the answer is the supply curve is going to shift to the left. Supply curve goes this way. The price of beef went up. I'm going to raise the price of my tacos. And you consumers are going to walk into my taco store and go, hey, the price of tacos went up. And you're going to buy fewer tacos. And this all happens automatically through the market. Through the market. The market. Okay? Now, what about burritos? Well, what's the relationship between burritos and tacos? Well, for most of us, burritos and tacos are substitutes. When you go to Taco Bell, you could buy a burrito or a taco or an enchilada, whatever. Those things are all substitutes. So if the price of burritos rises, I'm going to substitute away from the higher price to the lower price, right? It's a relative price change. So I'm going to move away from burritos and toward tacos. And the price of burritos affects me, the consumer, which means it's in demand, and I'm going to demand more tacos. When I demand more tacos, the store is going to say, hey, burrito prices went up. I should raise taco prices. If United raises the fare between Vegas and LA by $20, Southwest could raise their prices by $5, make more money, and still sell more tickets. Yes? Yeah. That's the smart thing to do. So burrito prices rise. We're going to get an increase in taco prices, and consumers are going to buy more tacos. So, we invent new machines that make tacos. So you take a cow and some corn and some tomatoes and some spices and you throw them into a machine and tacos come out the other end. We don't need all these people. We can fire all the workers at our taco store. Okay? That's going to increase the profits of the taco companies. They're going to supply more tacos. How do they get us to buy those tacos? Well, they do have to lower their price to get us to buy the tacos. But if my cost went down by 20 cents and I lower my price by 10 cents, still better off. And you're going to buy more tacos, so I'm even more still better off. There's nothing that consumers are going to like better than supply increases. Okay? Businesses maybe you're okay with it. But consumers really like it when the supply increases because they get more stuff at lower prices. What about if drink prices rise? Well, drinks and tacos are complements. You usually buy them both. They go together. So if the price of the drink goes up, I'm going to buy fewer drinks, which means I'm going to buy fewer tacos, the demand for tacos goes down. Taco Bell is going to lower the price because they're trying to get you to start buying tacos again. But you're still going to buy fewer tacos. Now, scientists do studies and determine that tacos cure cancer. Well, the demand for tacos is going to leap up. We're all going to go out and buy more tacos so that we don't get cancer. Taco Bell is going to raise the price, especially when the government makes you get a prescription from your doctor to eat a taco. The price is going to go up. And we're all going to eat more tacos and be healthier. Exciting. It's exciting. Okay? Now your Taco Bell and your workers' wages have to increase. So we're going to increase the wages that we're paying our workers. That's going to cut into my profits. Yes? My profits go down. Supply decreases, moves to the left. And again, if my workers get paid more, I'm going to have to raise the price. Remember, there's no such thing as a free lunch, right? So if we raise the wages of people who work at fast food restaurants to $15 an hour, the fast food restaurants are going to have to charge more for the food they sell us. And we're going to buy less, and Taco Bell might end up with fewer workers, but you never know. Okay. What happens if we cut the taxes on businesses? Well, that should make my profits go up. That should make the supply curve move to the right. If you cut my taxes, I could offer you the product now at a lower price, which would encourage you to come and buy more. Okay? Exciting. What happens if incomes rise and tacos are an inferior good? And tacos are not an inferior good, but let's just assume that tacos are an inferior good. What happens if incomes go up? Well, if it's an inferior good and my income's going up, I'm going to buy less of them. Taco Bell probably is an inferior good, right? Rich people are not sending their butlers out to go get Taco Bell for them. Okay? So if incomes are rising and Taco Bell is a inferior good, and Taco Bell's base market is 18 to 30-year-old men, so yeah, probably an inferior good. Demand for Taco Bell is going to go down. Taco Bell is going to lower prices, and we're going to go to Taco Bell less often.